gentlemen, we're back with one more shoutcast. We're looking at the storehouse of Mr. Fu. He's playing on a map I made recently. Probably not made any shoutcast of this map yet. And it's called Strange Fu. Oh no, that's not true. It's called Strange Déjà Vu. And it's called that way because the map is exactly mirrored. As you can see, like this is the middle line. Anything above this line is mirrored to the things to the south. And it can make for an interesting game. We had a nice game here, so I thought let's do a shoutcast. Fu is playing on a lock with, I think, one of the biggest building areas. This is enough space for 10 farms if you want. Stone is placed ideal for stonemasons, set up here on top of the storehouse. And if you look for instance on the south, then this is the mirror lock. This is less ideal because they need to walk around to mine it from the back. Coal, small coal field for the gold to set up gold smelter pretty fast. Iron not too far, and trees shouldn't be a problem here, I think. I have here the middle lock. I built a school with two quarries right away. It gave me some stone to make long roads early to get woodcutters placed in a nice position, because build space here is pretty low. So you need to place your woodcutters wisely. Already making a road for a gold mine here later on. Stone is a bit tricky here, but it works. I have no problems with it. We play here with the curly man who calls himself Maggot Brain in this game. That is strange, but it doesn't matter. He plays on this lock with it looks enough space for farming, but as you can see, you need space for your woodcutters as well. So you actually eventually need to build outside your base here, and that's kind of tricky because you see how vulnerable you are on this wide open plain here. You can walk over this frozen river, except this water of course. Trees shouldn't be a problem if you don't wait too long to go to these trees here up in the down to the south. Stone placed nice, gold okay, iron close to this coal field. Extra trees are up in the north, and then you can have some extra fish here. Everybody has some fish here, here. In this game we played against some living legends. One of them playing in black is Razor himself. He's from Chile, South America, and he's an old player. I don't mean like he's older than me or something, but he plays the remake even longer than me. I think he even started in back in 2006 maybe even. And he is like a strange player, but I don't mean it like in a bad way, but he has his own gameplay developed. Some people have nicknamed him Pikesor because he likes to build pikes a lot. These days he's playing with good players, so he learned that he cannot make pikes all the time, because you cannot well, pikes are not really good counter to swords. Most people make swords these days with bows, is still the strongest combination. So he makes some swords these days himself, playing very decent, going for farms, 2 piggies before 30 minutes, setting up iron quick. As you can see, he makes 2 of them armory, so we'll go for swords. And double iron mine, double iron smelter is good. Wood seems okay. Double sawmill. And he will make his fissure here. It's placed a bit strange, but it's no problem. This is always a good thing. If you place like woodcutter here and you don't want to waste all the build space, then already build some building plants here, fields, because this is enough space for this woodcutters, no problem. His other teammate here is Mr. Tobak. He's also kind of new to play with us on TeamSpeak. It's not like first game or so, but he plays with us, I think, for a couple of months, 6 months max. And he developed himself into a pretty decent, solid player. I didn't caught him on having no recruits or bad army or big starvation or anything like that. He plays a decent game. He picked this lock, even though it's like balanced to mine lock, because here you have possibility to go for 4 iron mines. So as you can see, it makes benefit of it to go for double armory, double expose armor, goes for pikes, no need for stable of course. Stone is placed decent. Seems to have some idle woodcuts standing around. So checking this wood. Storehouse. So maybe she's a little low on wood. We'll see how it gets later on. The final opponent we play against is Mr. Mandos, and it's our only African player, believe it or not, in the whole Knights and Merchants. And the nice thing is, it's a pretty decent player. And for those of you who don't know, he's like the organizer of the CAM League on Facebook. For those of you who check Facebook now and then, could be nice to sign yourself up for the CAM tournament. I believe the first one they organized like a couple of weeks ago, Firefighter won, but now they're organizing, because it was pretty successful, another tournament. So sign up for that if you think you're good enough. Yeah, he's taking extra fish here, it's pretty smart. And like usual, he is going for swords. Yeah, he has a late stable up. It's good for scouting purposes. When peacetime ends, check back on Mr. Fu. Yeah, he almost used all of his space here. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 farms. Yeah, should be enough for 3 piggies, 6, 7, but it comes with a mill. Yeah, it should run pretty effective on 8 farms. And the only entrance here he needs to cover is his entrance here right into his base. Pretty wide, so it needs some towers. Yeah, peacetime ended. We always play 60 minutes, of course. And I'm not sure, but this one was probably played on 1.5 speed. We do it sometimes, especially when it's late. And since Curly at this point is not the strongest player playing on the map, I thought it would be a real good thing, especially since I noticed that he built his barracks in a very, very vulnerable place to assist him right away. I cannot have any troops in my base, so I closed this with some towers. Let us check the armies. Fu has 10 knights, this is nice. 20, a little low on swords. 5, armor seems nice, pikes, crossbows. Yeah, this is too bad. He needs some more wooden weapons. Yeah, he's building one extra for axes, so we have a nice X-Fighter spam. I went for swords this game with bows, still the best combination, and some horse. I think it is a little above average, but I call everything above 30 above average. And even with knights it's nice, but only lacking some recruits at the moment. But then I have 3 goldsmiths, so you're catching up within 5 minutes probably. Maggot Brain has 20, few knights. Low on wooden weapons as well, no axes yet. So his recruits are good. What did Razor do here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 farms. Still a lot. Making an extra piggy, so it's 4. You can go like extra spam of armory workshops. Going for bows, more bows, and X-Fighters. It's a good combination. He has 32 swordmen he can get out right now, but he's really lacking wooden weapons. That's a shame, really, especially when you have a nice lock with a lot of woodcutters. But 9 horses is pretty well done. The guy who made X-bows went pretty nice. 40, 55 with X-Fighters and enough recruits, it seemed. Yeah, it's nice. At least Mandos, he has yeah, it's decent. Let's slow this down. Good players always scout immediately, of course, with knights. here you see Mandos is a good scout. He has no other choice than to go into the base of Curly Man. Razor sees the barracks and coming in like a fool, thinking he can own Curly really easy. But then I have my knights nearby, and you see his bows were. That's nothing. So this is an example of how not to rush. Actually, he had his. He thought he had a good chance, but then he tactically it was like a bad mistake. So Razor was complaining, I remember at this point, begging for autosave, please, please, please. But then, you know, it's your own tactical mistake to go in. And about going autosave, sometimes we do it for fun, and sometimes people like to do it over and over again. I'm not really into that. But if I speak for myself, I like to go auto when people are really like with their army out of position and they have a good chance to defend or even win. Then I like to go auto, but not because people first want to rush in and then when it failed go auto and that kind of bull crap. So let's see how it develops. Yeah, he's getting some more bows out. He made an extra weapon maker. Double in, it's no luxury probably. Yeah, yes, 90 serves almost. Nicely walled off by Tobak. Trading at the moment. See whoever his food is doing. It's not, the map is not really known for a huge amount of starting food. Seem to be balancing on the edge. But I have fish here and fish here. So. Okay, let's see how it goes. See, many people like to flank with a single knight enemy bows. It's really a good tactic. So it's always good if you have a nice group of bows protected by some lance. When I do swords bows, I usually do some lance with it to protect it. We did go in because Razor lost his complete starting army. But then again, Tobak really had those nice X-bows, and he's not going to let them be killed that easy, so he's making a lot of kills with them. And Razor's still trying to flank with all sorts of troops. So I decided to take him down because he was a little too annoying, and he can be like a really dangerous player when he has enough resource and time. So it's always good to take out a good opponent first. Nice towers by Mandos, by the way. Oh, he didn't have market yet. See, really great from what I can see from here. The bakery, A farms, 3 swines. Should be okay. Only 65 shirts, it's not too much. Okay, Razor seems to be out of the game at this point. But you see both Mandos and Tobak still have some troops left, because in the initial fight Curly also lost a lot of troops. And they're like pretty aggressive at this point. But I don't know about this position, because here's a joke from Razor. Maybe he speaks for himself and he writes it down. Anyway, I think this position is not the best. I think you should take initiative if you lost one player, and you should try to bring one player of us down. See, Manos losing goes in a really sad way. My point is, you should do it in a way you think. You can even do it wisely. I mean, like if you stand in this place, then it's so easy to counter from this entrance over here, that you probably are better off defending in your spot till you get attacked. But we played this game pretty aggressive, so there was no real chance for them at the moment. Razor lost all the time. Oh, look, Razor noob. Yeah, okay, at least he's honest about it. So this is a short game, a rush game, you can say. Let's look at the stats. It was not like a brilliant game, but it's something different. Well, this time I had most kills. Tobak had most troops, probably due to the 4 iron mines he had, spamming extremely fast. Who had nice kills as well. Tobak was their best player, and Mandos had, like, if you look at the kill-death ratio, it was like pretty bad. He lost 2 for every 1 soldier he died. Okay. Kind of like the same. I don't understand how I can have more iron with 3 iron mines, but I don't know. Gold. Oh, Razor at most gold is interesting. And most farms as well. Yeah, nice. Almost 90 crossbows. Most bows from Mandos. And all of us made some horse. Yeah, it was a short game. I hope you liked it, and I'd like to see you next time. Bye bye.